The Strait of Hormuz has been closed to commercial shipping since the opening hours of Operation Epic Fury. Over 300 oil tankers sit stranded inside the Persian Gulf with nowhere to go. About 20% of the world's oil supply, millions of barrels every day, is trapped behind a 10-mile-wide stretch of water that Iran has effectively turned into a kill zone. Orders have come from the highest level. The United States Navy is preparing to escort tankers through, but carrying out that mission is far from simple. The Strait of Hormuz is not open ocean. At its narrowest, the navigable shipping lane is barely 2 miles wide. A fully loaded oil supertanker can span more than 3 football fields in length. It cannot stop quickly, cannot turn sharply, and cannot dodge an incoming threat. Once a tanker enters the strait, it is committed. There is no turning back. Iran is well aware of this. The northern shoreline belongs to Iran, where shore-based anti-ship missile batteries sit in elevated positions overlooking the channel. Iranian fast attack boats can launch from small coastal ports within minutes. Explosive-laden skiffs, disguised as fishing vessels, drift among civilian traffic, indistinguishable until they suddenly accelerate toward a target. Shahed drones can be launched from mobile units along the coast and reach ships in under 4 minutes. The Pentagon has described the strait as a kill box. On the flight deck of a destroyer, crews are already preparing, even before the sun has fully risen. Flight deck crews in colored jerseys take their positions around the MH-60 Seahawk helicopter resting on the landing pad at the stern. Green-shirted technicians inspect the rotor head while ordnance crews move along the pylons, carefully checking the weapons mounted beneath the stub wings. The helicopter is equipped with air-to-surface missiles for engaging fast attack boats and systems designed to intercept incoming drones. The crew chief climbs through the cabin door and begins working through the pre-flight checklist. Moments later, the pilots arrive in full gear, helmets tucked under their arms. They circle the aircraft, conducting their own visual inspection: rotor blades, engine intakes, tail rotor, and the sensor turret beneath the nose. Every panel is examined. Every fitting is verified. The aircraft has to be ready on the first attempt, every time. Below decks, inside the Combat Information Center, the watch team is already at their stations. The room is dim, illuminated only by the glow of the screens.
And just for everyone's SAT, as a reminder that on
172.
Operators sit at consoles arranged in rows, each monitoring a different sector of the battle space. The Aegis combat system is active. The SPY-1D radar array, mounted on the ship's superstructure, rotates continuously, building a real-time picture of everything in the air and on the water for hundreds of miles. Every contact is tracked. Every aircraft, every vessel, every moving object in or above the strait appears as a symbol on the display. Operators classify each one: commercial, military, or unknown. Unknown contacts are monitored from the moment they appear. The system calculates speed and course, projecting potential intercept points if a contact continues on its current heading toward the tanker. The threat is not limited to the air. Surface contact operators watch a separate set of screens where small boat radar returns flicker constantly. The strait is crowded with fishing vessels and small cargo craft. Any one of them could be carrying explosives. Operators study movement patterns. A boat drifting with the current behaves differently from one holding a steady course. Any vessel accelerating toward the formation is flagged immediately. On the bridge, the officer of the deck tracks the tanker ahead through binoculars. The ship is massive, a wall of steel riding low in the water, fully loaded. The destroyer holds position off the tanker's port quarter, close enough to respond instantly, yet far enough to maintain clear lines of sight around the hull. A second warship mirrors the formation on the starboard side.
Hey, guy, can you put POD on next step one, please? No, I got you.
If the tanker crew spots anything, a fast-moving boat, a drone overhead, or an object in the water, they report it immediately. The call goes straight to the Combat Information Center. On the main deck, gun crews are stationed at the 5-inch deck gun mounted on the bow. The weapon is already trained. Gunners stand by at the controls. The 5-inch gun can fire up to 20 rounds per minute, and at this distance from ship to shore, a round's flight time is under 15 seconds. Just aft of the bridge, the close-in weapon system sits in its mount, slowly rotating in autonomous search mode. Using its own onboard radar, it tracks incoming objects. When a target meets engagement criteria, speed, trajectory, and a heading directly toward the ship, the system does not wait for human input. It opens fire automatically. The Gatling-style cannon can unleash more than 4,000 rounds per minute, creating a dense wall of tungsten between the ship and an incoming drone or missile. The system has been tested, calibrated, and stands ready. Overhead, the MH-60 Seahawk has already launched, flying a pattern about 2 miles ahead of the formation while sweeping the surface. The crew scans the water below. From the rear station, the sensor operator uses a forward-looking infrared camera. A distant small boat appears as a heat signature on the screen. He calls it out. The contact is logged and tracked. The boat is moving parallel to the convoy, not toward it, but it remains on display. Nothing is dismissed, nothing is ignored. Below the waterline, engineering spaces run at full power. Gas turbine engines push the hull for the water, maintaining position relative to the tanker. Throttle adjustments are constant as the ship cuts through the tanker's wake. On deck, the crew feels the motion of the water. In the sonar room, operators monitor the depths beneath the formation. The strait is shallow enough for mines to sit on the seabed and still threaten a deep-draft tanker. Sonar pulses sweep the bottom, mapping objects and comparing them with earlier scans. Any new contact is reported immediately. The formation moves slowly. Speed is kept to the minimum needed for steerage. Moving too fast over an undetected mine increases the risk of detonation. The ships crawl through the channel. The Iranian shoreline is visible from the destroyer's deck, close enough to see terrain details with the naked eye, close enough that a missile launched from concealed positions could arrive before the formation could fully react. The Aegis system tracks the shoreline continuously. Any radar emission, the brief signature preceding a launch, would be detected in milliseconds. Crew members don't watch the shore. They watch their screens. Hands remain near controls. The convoy continues forward. The tanker advances. The destroyers hold position. The helicopter maintains its patrol. Sonar sweeps the seabed. Aegis radar scans the sky. The operation isn't over. The strait isn't open. More tankers wait on the far side. The mission doesn't end when one ship gets through. It ends when the last one does. And that moment hasn't come yet.